Adding clothing is usually a straightforward process of modeling over the top of your character. The problem comes later when you start posing or animating, and the clothing no longer matches the underlying body. In this video, I'll show you 3 useful fixes to help you keep everything lined up. Before we start, if you want to learn more about character creation, I've got 2 courses where we go into the full process, including creating clothing. Links are in the description. Now let's get started tweaking and fixing your character's clothes. Okay, so I'm in Blender 5 and I've got a very simple model here. I'll just go through it. We've got an arm just here. So very simple model of an arm. It has got a subdivision surface modifier on it. So I'll just hide that so you can see what the start model is like. And then this is the model with the subdivision surface modifier. Then we've got a sleeve that goes around it. So you can see the arm inside the sleeve there. And I'll just go into edit mode to show you that it has the topology so it can bend in the middle. It's not great topology, but it works. And there's a little bit of extra topology around the joint there so that it can bend with the joint. Then of course, if I go back into object mode, I can choose my armature just here, and it's just 2 bones, so the upper arm and forearm. So what we want to do is connect both the arm and the sleeve to my armature or bones. So select both of those and shift left click on the armature, making sure that's the last one selected. That's the active object, and you can tell it's the active object because it's highlighted a more yellowy color. And then we can press Ctrl P to parent. That's also under the object menu, parent just here. And if I press escape and press Ctrl P instead, you get a similar menu. And we want with automatic weights. So that's going to set up the weight painting for us. So I'll click on that. Now let's select my armature, go up to pose mode and see what it's looking like. So if I rotate, it's actually a good job. Both the sleeve and the arm are working well together. Let's see if I can break it. There's just a touch there where the arm pops through the sleeve. So the vertices are in slightly different locations, and therefore the vertices of the arm is breaking through the sleeve. Now, how do we stop this from happening? Well, I'll undo that movement for now. The easiest way is to use a masking node. So if I go back into object mode, so I can press Ctrl Tab to go back into object mode, select my arm, and I'll just minimize these modifiers here. So I'm in the modifier tab just here, and I can add a new modifier and just type in mask, and there's a mask node just here. I'll just bring this out so we can see it nice and easily. So in the masking node, I can set up a vertex group, so a selection of vertices that I can hide and show at any time by hiding and showing the modifier. So this is a nice easy way. So with the arm selected, I can go into edit mode, select some vertices, so vertex mode with 1, it's vertex mode up here, and I can select, let's say these vertices here. Maybe I can add these ones as well. I've probably got just enough there so I can see my arm inside the sleeve. I can then go to the object data property down here, click on that, and you'll see there's vertex groups at the top. Now currently we've got 2 vertex groups for the bones. So those are the vertices that are attached to each bone, and you can see both the bones there have different vertex groups. Well, I want to create a new one for the arm section that I want to hide. So I'm going to press the add icon up the top here, rename this arm hide, so it's nice and obvious, and then assign these vertices to that group. So now I can go back to my modifiers. Under the mask modifier, I can choose that vertex group, arm hide, and then let's go back into object mode so we should be able to see it. Now there's a problem. It's showing the wrong vertices. It's showing the ones that are assigned rather than the ones that aren't assigned. And we can just flip it around just here. So now we've hidden the inside shape here. So when I move my arm joint, we're not going to see any of that popping through because there is no arm to show. And incidentally, if I go back to object mode, select my arm, you can keyframe this modifier being seen or not. So if you want to remove the sleeve for any reason, let's say you're changing clothes or a character is swapping clothes, that sort of thing, you can keyframe whether the arm is hidden or not. So that's the first way. I'll disable the mask modifier. So we're back to this position, and let's go through the next one. Now the second way of making sure that my sleeve marries up with the body and the body doesn't pop through is to make sure that the weights are exactly the same from the arm to the sleeve. Now it sometimes happens if I select my armature, go to pose mode and rotate. If we have slightly more complex clothing, let's say, and there's more topology around here, you can occasionally get a bit of a weight difference between the arm in this case and the sleeve. And you can transfer the weights from the arm to the sleeve according to the nearest vertex. And it can occasionally help and make sure they marry up together. Now, if I go to object mode and with the armature selected, shift select the sleeve, I'm going to purposely mess up the weights. So make sure you've got the armature selected first, sleeve or the object you're affecting the weights from as the active object. So select that second object mode and change the mode to weight paint. I can now press Alt left click on either of these bones and affect the weight of my vertices for those different bones. So with a weight of 0, let's mess up my weight painting. So we can see the arm popping through there because I've made a mess of all the weights. So back into object mode. And now let's try and transfer the weights from the arm to the sleeve so they're exactly the same. Now lots of things can actually go wrong here. First of all, if I select the arm, I've already got my vertex groups down the bottom here. I've got my ones for the bones, but also the ones for the arm, and that can get confusing for Blender to match them up. So just so they're exactly the same, I'll make sure I get rid of the mask that I did earlier. And ideally you'd do this process before you did any masking. So I'll get rid of the arm hide vertex groups and show you that the sleeve has the same vertex groups as my arm. So we're back to where we were at the start without any masking. And we're pretending here that the automatic weight painting process messed up with my sleeve. And I want to transfer the weights from the arm to the sleeve. It shouldn't affect it, but it can cause glitches. And also with my arm selected, I'll go across to my modifiers and make sure that the mask modifier is deleted as well, so there's no confusion. So that's one thing that can cause a slight glitch if you've got different vertex groups between the two. Sometimes also different modifiers. You can see this one's got a subdivision surface modifier, this one hasn't. That can sometimes cause glitches, so just be aware of that. And let's try it now. So from my arm to the sleeve, so I select the sleeve last, go to weight paint mode, and in the weights menu, you have a transfer weights option. And this time it's gone okay. I'll just quickly show you that you can change things around within the transfer mesh data options. You can choose different vertex mapping. So nearest vertex is default. You can have edge vertices, and you can see there's a little change there. Edge interpolate, there's lots of different options, but the default tends to do okay. You can also turn up the radius as well, just in case there's a distance between your arm and the sleeve or body and the clothing. So this is actually looking okay, which is nice. Let's see how it actually works. So let's go to object mode and then across to pose mode, and let's see what that looks like. That's done a relatively good job. Now what you might find if I press Alt R to remove any rotation on that bone, let's jump back to object mode, select my arm first, sleeve last, and let's try that transfer once again. So across to weight paint mode. Weights, transfer weights. Now you can see it's done a better job now because it's in the rest position of the bones. So just be aware of those couple of glitches, but that's how you can transfer data from the arm to the sleeve or your body to your clothing. So that's the second way of trying to make your clothing work. Okay, let's look at the third way of tidying things up if the other two aren't working for you. So let's jump to object mode, and once again, we'll select the armature into pose mode and we'll rotate it around slightly. And let's mess the weights up once more. So back into object mode, armature selected, sleeve selected second, into weight paint mode. This is Control Tab to get the pie menu, go across to weight paint mode, and let's just mess up the weights very slightly. So we've got a little bit of popping through there. And if for any reason you can't use the mask modifier and the transfer of weights hasn't been successful, there is one more way we can try. So across to object mode, select my sleeve and across to the object data properties. We have an option called shape keys, and this can be really helpful just for minor tweaks. I can add a new shape key. This is the base shape key, and I always like to keep the basis shape key. So this is its set position as is, and then add in a new one, and I'll call this tweak position wave or something. Let's pretend they're waving and press enter. And with a value of 1, I can go into edit mode or even sculpt mode. I usually find a bit easier. So Control Tab across to sculpt mode, and I'll choose the grab brush with G. So I'll just show you that's the grab brush. I bring the brushes out, the grab brush just there. And I'll press F to resize my brush, go in and do a little bit of sculpting to make sure it pops out and just check that it's working everywhere else. I could use the smooth brush as well with Shift to smooth some of these areas out. In fact, that works a little bit better than the grab brush in this case. So I usually use the grab brush and the smooth brush, and I can then with the value key this when I need to. So this is my tweak turned off and tweak turned on. So you can have lots of these shape keys for different positions and poses. Again, it's one of those things which is more an emergency fix, because if you're animating a long sequence, you would end up with lots of shape keys. It's much better to get it right with the weight painting or completely masking out the underlying body rather than relying on shape keys. But that is another way of doing it in case of emergencies. And it works really well if you're just posing a character rather than animating. So there we have it, 3 methods of working with clothing, making sure your body doesn't pop through the clothes and you get smooth and nice poses and animations. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.